You won't believe this. Have you ever wondered why your dog licks you so much? You know, like you're just minding your own business, maybe watching some TV, and bam! Your dog's tongue is giving you a full-on facial. It's cute, sure, and you might think it's all about how much they love and adore you, but what if I told you that the real reason is actually pretty gross? Potentially vomit-inducing? I know, I don't want to believe it either, but trust me on this one. Stick around because we're about to uncover 15 shocking truths about your dog's behavior that you won't believe. Get ready to have your mind blown. Let's be real. We all love getting a kiss from our furry best friends. It's like their way of saying, I love you, mom or dad. But like, have you ever stopped to think about what they're actually licking? I mean, dogs are adorable, but they're also like little furry garbage disposals running around on four legs. They lick everything. So what's the deal with all the licking? Well, turns out it's not always just pure, unconditional love. Experts say that dog licking can actually mean a whole bunch of different things, like showing affection, yay, tasting something interesting, your face, or even trying to scavenge for food scraps, ew. And get this, some dogs are totally obsessed with the taste of your sweat. I know, gross, right? Apparently it's like a salt lick for them. And don't even get me started on the food remnants they can pick up on your skin. So, that kiss might actually be your dog saying, pepperoni, just saying. Alright, let's talk about humping for a sec. We've all seen it. A dog, usually a male dog, getting a little too friendly with someone's leg, a stuffed animal, or even just thin air. But here's the thing, it's not always what you think. And get ready for this bombshell, female dogs can hump too. I know, right? Who knew? It turns out that humping isn't always about, sometimes it's just a way for dogs to release some pent-up energy, show excitement, or even assert dominance. If it's becoming a problem, like they're doing it excessively or it's making other dogs or people uncomfortable, then it's definitely something to address. Okay, let's talk about something that might be a little TMI, but hey, it's dog ownership for you. We're talking about peeing, specifically the whole leg lifting thing that dogs do. When they strike that pose like they're a furry little fire hydrant. For a long time I thought only male dogs did that, to mark their territory and all. But guess what? I was wrong. Turns out female dogs can lift their legs to pee too. I know, it blew my mind too. Apparently, it's all about sending a message with their pee, like, hey everyone, this spot's taken. And it's not just about claiming territory either. Myth number 4, bones, tasty treat, or doggy danger. We all want to give our furry friends the best, right? And what could be more natural than giving a dog a big juicy bone to gnaw on? It seems like a match made in heaven, right? Well, hold on to your hats, folks, because I've got some news for you. Real bones can actually be super dangerous for dogs. I know it seems counterintuitive, but trust me on this one. While those big meaty bones might look like a dog's dream come true, the truth is they can splinter into sharp pieces that can wreak havoc on your dog's insides. We're talking about punctures, blockages, you name it. So, what's a loving dog parent to do? Well, the good news is that there are tons of safe and awesome alternatives to real bones out there. Think rubber chews, nylon bones, those things are lifesavers. They're designed to satisfy your dog's natural urge to chew without the risk of splintering and causing harm. So ditch the real bones and opt for these safer alternatives. Your dog will thank you for it. Myth number 5, tug-of-war fun or fight club. Okay, let's talk about one of the most classic dog games of all time, tug-of-war. You know the drill, you get a rope, your dog grabs on, and it's a battle of wills to see who can outpull the other. It's a blast, right? But I'll admit I've heard some people say that playing tug-of-war can make dogs aggressive. Well, I'm here to tell you that's a big fat myth. In fact, playing tug-of-war with your dog can actually be a fantastic way to strengthen your bond and give them some much-needed mental stimulation. Think about it. It's a chance for you to engage with your dog both physically and mentally, and have some fun together. Now, of course, as with anything, there are some ground rules to keep in mind. Always use a designated tug toy, something sturdy and specifically designed for this kind of play. Number 6, tired dog. Equal good dog? Not so fast. We've all been there, right? It's the end of a long day. You're exhausted and all you want to do is crash on the couch and binge watch your favorite show. And your dog? They're passed out on the floor, snoring away after a long walk or playtime. You think to yourself, a tired dog is a good dog. And yeah, there's definitely some truth to that. A physically tired dog is less likely to get into trouble, right? But here's the thing. It's not the whole story. Just like us humans, dogs need more than just physical exercise. They need mental stimulation too. Puzzle toys are a godsend for this. They challenge your dog's mind, keep them engaged, and help them burn off some of that excess energy. If you're curious about dog behavior, subscribe for more surprising revelations about our furry friends. Okay, let's talk about something that's a little, shall we say, fragrant. We're talking about dog breath. You know that, aroma that wafts up to greet you when your furry friend decides to give you a big slobbery kiss? Well, I've heard people say that a dog's mouth is actually cleaner than a human's mouth. Like, way cleaner. They even say that dog saliva has healing properties. And honestly, a part of me wants to believe it, especially when my dog is giving me those puppy dog eyes. But here's the truth, folks, it's a myth. Sorry to burst your bubble. While it's true that dog saliva does contain some antibacterial and antimicrobial properties, it's not a magical elixir that's going to cure all your ailments. In fact, dogs have bacteria in their mouths just like we do. And some of that bacteria can actually be harmful to humans. Have you ever been out for a walk with your dog, minding your own business, when suddenly they stop, lower their head, and start munching on the lawn like it's a gourmet salad bar? Yeah, we've all been there. And the first thought that pops into your head is probably, oh no, are they sick? Right? I mean, that's what everyone always says. Dogs eat grass when they're feeling nauseous and trying to make themselves throw up. But guess what? That's not always the case. While it's true that some dogs do eat grass to induce vomiting if they're feeling under the weather, it's not the only reason. In fact, there are a whole bunch of reasons why your dog might be drawn to the green stuff. Sometimes it's as simple as boredom. Dogs need mental stimulation, remember? And if they're not getting enough, they'll find ways to entertain themselves, even if it means grazing on your lawn. Okay, let's talk about something that's always fascinated me. How dogs see the world. I mean, they're constantly sniffing and exploring everything with their noses. But what about their eyes? For years we've been told that dogs are colorblind, right? Like, they see the world in shades of gray, just like in those old black and white movies. But guess what? It's a myth. Well, sort of. The truth is, dogs can see some colors, just not all of them. They don't see the world in the same vibrant rainbow of colors that we do. Think of it like this. Their color vision is kind of like an old-school two-tone photo. They see blues and yellows really well, but reds and greens? Not so much. Those colors probably just look like shades of gray or brown to them. Okay, let's talk about finding the perfect furry addition to your family. It's a big decision, right? You want a dog who's gonna fit in with your lifestyle, get along with everyone in the house, and of course, shower you with unconditional love. And I'll admit, I've heard people say that certain breeds are just naturally better with families than others, like golden retrievers are the quintessential family dog, right? And pit bulls, well, let's just say they don't always have the best reputation. But here's the thing, it's not that simple. While it's true that certain breeds might have certain predispositions, like some are naturally more energetic or prone to barking, it's not a guarantee. Okay, let's talk about dog training for a sec. Specifically, let's talk about the whole alpha dog thing. You know, that idea that you need to be the pack leader, the dominant one in the relationship, or else your dog will walk all over you. Well, I'm here to tell you that that whole concept is outdated and frankly harmful. The truth is, dogs don't see the world in terms of dominance hierarchies like that. They're not constantly trying to overthrow you and become the leader of the pack. Instead, they're looking for guidance, consistency, and clear communication. They want to know what's expected of them, and they want to please their humans. So, instead of trying to be the alpha, focus on building a relationship based on trust, respect, and positive reinforcement. Okay, let's talk about one of the most iconic dog games of all time, Fetch. It's a classic for a reason, right? You throw, they fetch, everyone's happy, or so you'd think. Here's the thing, not all dogs are created equal when it comes to fetch. While some dogs live for the thrill of the chase, others, not so much, and that's totally okay. Just because your dog isn't a fetch fanatic doesn't mean there's something wrong with them. It just means they have different interests, and that's totally fine. Number 13. Shaving your dog in summer. A hairy situation. Okay, let's talk about something that might seem like a good idea at the time, but trust me, it's not. Shaving your dog in the summer. I know it's hot out there and your furry friend looks like they're about to melt. But before you break out the clippers, hear me out. Shaving your dog, especially if they're a double-coated breed like a husky or a golden retriever, can actually do more harm than good. That fur isn't just there for decoration, you know. It serves a purpose. It insulates them from the heat, protects their skin from the sun, and even helps repel insects. Shaving off that fur can disrupt their natural cooling system, leaving them more vulnerable to sunburn, heat stroke, and even bug bites. Number 14. Decoding dog speak. It's not always about being upset. Okay, let's talk about something that can be a bit of a mystery. Dog communication. I mean, they can't exactly tell us what they're thinking or feeling, right? Or can they? One of the most common ways dogs communicate is through barking, but here's the thing. It's not always about being upset. In fact, dogs bark for a whole bunch of reasons. They might bark to greet you, to alert you to something interesting, like a squirrel in the backyard, or even just to express their excitement. So how can you tell the difference between a happy bark and a warning bark? It's all about context and body language. A happy bark is usually accompanied by a wagging tail, relaxed body posture, and maybe even some playful bowing. Myth number 15, loyal to a fault. Dogs are more complex than you think. Okay, let's talk about one of the most endearing qualities of dogs. Their unwavering loyalty. Dogs are known for their unconditional love and devotion, right? They're always happy to see us, no matter what kind of day we've had. And while it's true that dogs are capable of forming incredibly strong bonds with their humans, it's important to remember that they're not robots. They're not programmed to be blindly obedient and loyal 100% of the time. Just like us humans, dogs have their own personalities, quirks, and moods. Some dogs are naturally more independent and stubborn, while others are more eager to please, and just like us, dogs have their limits. So there you have it, folks. 15 dog myths debunked. I don't know about you, but I learned a thing or two today. Who knew dog behavior could be so complex and fascinating? If you were surprised by these myths, you'll love our next video, the shocking truth about why your dog stares at you. We'll be diving deep into the world of dog body language and uncovering all sorts of secrets about what your furry friend is really trying to tell you. Make sure to check it out right after this one. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow dog lovers, and leave a comment below with the myth you believed most. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing dog content. You won't want to miss what we've got next.